doing it with you. And I really, I mean, let me just stop the transcription thing. Say upfront, like my primary objective always is to hope that you have like an enjoyable experience. There's no point in doing this thing. It's already painful having to log on at this time of night. I know some people are just gonna listen to, pretend to listen to the recording, do the assignment, and get through. So I do appreciate you pitching up. Because like I said, I enjoy being here and doing this. So it sucks if there's no one here. And what sucks more, I'm in like such a rough week, so like my energy is quite low. So next week, if I come back with a week after with a lot more energy, don't think I'm being weird. That's my normal energy. This is like low energy. Rough week. Um, Normally I do like to like know who you are a little bit. So I know this is weird because it's online and you're probably busy like either cooking food or dealing with small people like me, or you're doing something else. So I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you for any cameras, but maybe a hi. I mean, normally I've got like three questions actually, so you can choose, but a hi and any of these. So just like, are you in education? Kind of, what are you doing here? Is I'm getting it. Like, why are you doing this to yourself? I joke. I'm also a PGCE person. So PGCE, if I must give you my brief CV so that you know that you are in safe hands. Like teacher for many years, like maybe 11, 12 years of high school teaching, and a few other things along the way, training, facilitation, and then I was lecturing at the University of the Free State for a number of years, also in teacher education. Did my master's there, and now I've been doing like this kind of more managerial role at the IIE for a while. So I lecture kind of on the side. It's my fun thing, but by day. So I'm saying so that if you see my email signature or when my out of office is on, that's not for my day. That's my day job. Although I'm going to give you that email and put it in the chat now, so you also have it. At the moment, I'll be really honest. It's a bit of a roller coaster in the office. So I'm not as fast as, yeah, you studied at UFS. Boom. What did you study? When did you study? I hope I didn't lecture you there and you followed me here. And now I must, oh goodness. Oh goodness, that would be weird. Uh,
No, I didn't follow you, firstly.
no, not
And
like follow me
also,
on purpose. No, I don't mean that. I just
I
mean
didn't
like,
stalk you, but
that
I
like,
was in the EMS faculty.
oh, okay, great. Yeah, no,
Yes.
no, no. I used to be EMS. I was commerce before, and now in education. Okay, no, no, I don't mean. I more meant like my secrets didn't follow me here. No, no secrets. I loved it then, and I love this. I love this job now. So I think that would be the same experience. That's funny. Um, okay, yeah. I always just say that I don't like doing introductions, but I mean, often people want to know who the other person is on the other side. Oh, that means I should probably put my camera on. It's cold. I've recently moved back to Cape Town. I know I should look better in a professional capacity, but it is freezing cold. It's cold everywhere. So excuse the beanie and the scarf. Um, and I can't tell you what's under this beanie. This here's a mess. So yeah, I'm not a robot. I'm like a real person. Um, and I think if nothing else about me that you need to know is that I love this gig. I love this teaching gig. I didn't really ever like teachers, so I never stayed at the school for a long time. But yeah, I genuinely love this whole thing. I love education. I love teaching. So very quickly, I know I've got more to do to get through like theory stuff, but I firmly believe that establishing some kind of a foundation is more important than some kind of a relationship. The content we will get through, we'll work through. It's already a lot on you to get through. And it's important for me to know who you are so that I know how to like help you. Like if you've never been in education and you've just joined this now, that's important to know. If you are a teacher for years and years and years, and now you just need a qualification, that's important to know. That helps me kind of structure examples, structure sessions. So I am going to ask you, no cameras on, and I'll just go around whoever's on my screen, like 1 minute, because we don't have time. Just like who you are, why you're here. Like, are you here? Are you doing your PGCE? Are you gonna get into ed psych, and that's why you're doing PGCE? That often seems to be the case. You are a teacher and you need them papers, or you are in something else, or you make lots and lots of money, but you don't feel that you you don't feel like it's meaningful enough work. So you would like to get into education because that's where your heart is. Um, so anything like that, just 1 minute. Lady, I'm warning you, I'm gonna ask you first. Um, and then I wanna say you're welcome to say no, but you must put your microphone on and say no. Okay, I'll put my camera off so it's not weird. And for data. Um, Lady, hi, how are you? I just want to hear your voice. You can say go away, Morgan, if you want to. The mute button is on top there, but next to where it says leave. Don't click leave. Okay, I'll come back to you. Kristen, hi, how are you? Who are you?
Hi, I'm Kristen. I actually am going to go into teaching. Hopefully, that's what I want out of this. And I kind of got the want or desire to do it through doing my master's and honors at Wits, where I was doing the tutoring
Okay,
from the scholarship that I received there, and I realized that that's kind of what I love doing is teaching the students the material in the course, and that drove me here.
nice. Okay, so you're going into high school teaching. What subjects are you doing?
Yes, high school teaching and life orientation.
Ooh, I love it. I also did. I mean, I've got comments, but I also did life orientation. And nobody likes us, and they all think we're useless. But I think we're the most important people in the curriculum. Anyway, so rock on, rock on. So now, why have I seen your name before? Is it on an email? Did you fight with me? So now,
Hi, I'm Sanal. Yeah.
hi.
We did a class together. That's why the name is
Okay,
familiar.
okay, cool, cool. What? Oh,
Yeah.
you don't know what the question is? The question is why you're
No,
here.
I'm not entirely sure just yet. The wind blew me, I'm guessing.
Oh
Not
wow,
made my
nice.
mind up yet. But yeah, I feel that teaching is my route, so I decided to do the course.
I love that. The wind blew me here. Yeah, I love it. Um, I was working on some weird like American ski slope when someone said you should be a teacher, and I was like, what? And then that's the wind that blew me to teaching. Like the craziest thing. I was doing that holiday vac job. Anyway, so I love that. Um, Hasvinay, is it right? The input Hasvini.
Yes, hello, good evening.
Hi. Which one is yes? Say, I don't like to say people's names wrong. I'm not being weird or funny. I
It's
know it, you from another
it's
class, so I should know.
Vinay.
Has been a cool,
Yes.
cool.
Okay. I did my BA English and Psych. So now I'm doing my PGCE English and Life Orientation. I've been working in the education sector for quite some time, supporting learners with learning disabilities. So yeah, I
Okay.
think teaching is where I'm supposed to be. I don't know, maybe.
Man, it's sweet. 'Cause it's so hard out there, especially if you've been in it and you're still gonna do it. That's like really cool. That's really so hard. So I do feel you. Okay, so I also make notes as I go along. So that's really, I'm sure I've written this down about you before. Okay, so now Nick, just so you know, next to your name, I've written wind. Wind blew me.
Okay.
um, Noma Gogo, Michelle Ngube.
Hi. Norma is fine.
It's fine. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Norma is okay. Yeah.
Noma. Okay.
Um, I was in the EMS, so I studied financial economics. But I did a bit of tutoring and some teaching right after university and decided to get a teaching qualification. That's why I'm here.
Okay. And then you're gonna see where the wind blows you after this.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Okay. Cool. I mean, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. No judgment here. Um, Nonkosi.
Hi everyone. I'm Nomkosi.
Ah,
Um, Actually, when I grew up, I always wanted to be a teacher because even when we are studying in groups at school, I would end up being the one who's teaching. But
no
then,
worries.
yeah, I enjoy helping others. Even now, where I am, like if people are struggling, I always like make sure that they're okay and teach them what we are doing now. They actually say I'm a best teacher. So yeah, I think this is it's actually a calling for me and I need to fulfill it. I'm currently I'm majoring in accounting and EMS. So yeah, because I did become accounting and auditing.
Oh, sounds like my life story. You sound like my life story. Like, you've no idea. I was that same person at high school. I didn't think it was my calling then, but it made sense later on. And also, I do EMS and business studies. So, hey, you're my person, you're my course. Uh, do I say Duran or Duran? I know you just joined us now. We're just saying hi. We're just kind of greeting and saying what it is that you're doing here. Like, why are you in this? Are you in it for the money? Are you in it for the cash? My daughter says cash, money, money. Duran. Oh, I see. Your mic is off, but there's no talking. So either it's not working or you are just very good at Teams. Uh, okay. And Digger Lady, I assume, are you okay to talk now or not yet? If there's children screaming in the background, I love it. I've got three small people, so there's nothing to
Evening,
be shy about here.
everyone.
Hi.
I'm the lady. I'm doing teaching because I was once an assistant and I just found myself there. Said I can be a teacher there, and that is why I'm here.
Okay.
And
So
I
you
was
want
doing
to step
sports
up?
science at TT. Pardon?
No, no, no. I was just saying, oh, you wanted to step up. So you saw them and you said you can also do this.
Yes.
Nice. What like diverse range of stories. This is very cool. You know, and I mean, this is, I know it feels like a waste of time. It was a whole 8 minutes now. But so a lot of this module is around, I want to say opinion, but an opinion, like what do we consider like ethically correct or not? And so you'll see if we talk about the first assignment, actually. I don't like to teach to the assignment, but I know students love what is the assessment. So I'm not going to give you a scope ever. I mean, we're actually going to go through the assignment. So, but I like to like talk through it so people can, it's my trick to keep people's attention. If you keep talking to the assignment and then make notes throughout. So a lot of this, the first assignment and this first section is around like our views on what is ethics, what is ethical conduct or ethical behavior, what do we consider ethical? And more so, how does one make that argument? So your entire, I'll show you now, let me just pull it up. Your first assignment, first task, um, and I'm jumping the gun here to get straight into a task. This isn't to freak you out, it's actually to put you at ease. So it's not hectic at all. I don't think so. It's one like short essay, 50 marks. Um, but so maybe I should say this now. I love being friendly. I love joy and laughter in the class and in our space. But when it comes to marking, I'm really full of nonsense. Like I don't give marks for free. I'm not unnecessarily full of nonsense, but I expect that if we have all these conversations and these discussions, that somehow it's informed but in your essay, not not AI. Let's not talk about AI yet. So your first assignment is all about kind of how do you create an argument, a sound argument. Okay, so just to give you some context as to why I think like why I think this is important, like getting your background, because I think just based on these descriptions, I mean, if you have someone who's just floating in the wind versus versus someone else who's had a calling, versus someone else who has been working in the space and is like, I can do this better than y'all. that's like already for me three different like headspaces, three different like ways of thinking about the world. Not a judgment, please. It's never a judgment. But you understand my point. So the first section, the first few conversations are really about building an argument and grounding that in something ethical. So I thought I wouldn't say this early, but I don't. I'm happy to not cover everything tonight. I mean, actually would. I would like if we had another session. I did check the timetable next week with regards to the theory, but if you don't want to attend, I'll just do a recording. But there's so much. Let me pull up the planning thing. Give me 1 second. Um, if you haven't seen this, or I'm gonna post all of it on Arc, kind of after this session. I just wanted to kind of talk through it first. So there are any changes we agree upon it together, and then I post that on Arc. So this will be our planner, and I will post it so you can have a look at everything on here. Tells you when there are sessions. And I'll put the link, I'll embed the link in here. It'll be the same link that we had for tonight, will be a recurring link for the next few weeks. So just to show you, so for example, it's this week I see you, the next week I'm not supposed to see you, and the following week I see you. And then I don't see you for a while. We just post recordings, etc. And task one is due on the 21st of July. Again, I really don't like teaching to the assessment kind of thing, but I do really understand that that is how you people, not a judgment, how you people, you students, not a judgment, operate. Like those are your milestones, those are your deadlines, are the assessments. So this is just a layout, and I will post this of what gets covered, what the sessions are, when we have sessions. Um, and the reason I was showing you is that ideally it is 1 week on, 1 week off, 1 week on, 1 week off is ideally the recipe. And I'm sure you know this already, but I'm saying it again. And that the weeks in between there will be a recording provided, etc., to supplement for the work for that week. I'm very bad at keeping them short, but I'm going to try. One of the other lecturers for this module said they tried to keep it to like 7 minutes of recording. I was like, wow, I can't even do an introduction in 7 minutes. So I'm really going to try and keep them a lot shorter. So I will post this planner on so you know where we're at and what resources are. I will update it, and I'm gonna put a disclaimer up front now that this is not like cast in stone. I mean, you can plan your life around most of it. I'm not gonna suddenly put a session in, etc. But I will update it like with links, like here where you see a link, I might add in some more links, but I will tell you, please see the updated thing planner, if that happens. Okay, so I will share this online. Normally, yeah, I will always post an announcement also with it. But what I was getting back to is that there's quite a significant break here. And I actually think, I mean, this all happened really fast. I don't know about all of you. I feel like it all happened really quick. It just ended last semester. Now we're into this class. So I'm most likely going to post another session over here for this week, as in next week. But I really want to kind of just do a recording. But if people are here, it would be really great to not just be myself talking on a recording. Okay, so I'll post this for you to get through. As you can see, so there's theme one, like so how can ethics help me is today, and then theme two, arguments. And my thing is like, how do I jump straight into this if I don't even know who you are yet? And we haven't gone through everything, like gone through the assignment, gone through the course, like a normal first lecture. So I'm going to spend a bit more time on the normal first lecture stuff. What's the layout? What do I expect? Where we're going? And then whatever we don't get to today, you'll see there's like 45 or something odd slides. I'll either post a session next week or do a session, invite you, and just record it. Okay. So please don't feel like you can see there's 29 slides here. I don't think we'll get into all of them. And the idea, everybody, of this course, also why I made you talk today, is that we're really going to talk a lot more than me just putting up slides. It's really about, so like we have to debate things, like debate what is ethical, why is this ethical? You'll say this, I'll say that, and that is going to be like the fun part of the learning. It's like one of the, I guess, one of the more fun modules. It's not just me giving you theory, theory, theory. Okay, sound okay? Everyone sound good? You don't have to answer me on the next week's session thing. That's cool. Uh, okay, but sorry, I'm looking at the chat. I feel like I'm saying your name wrong. Is it? It's all I need to know right now. I see you trouble with your mic. But how do I say your name? Type it out. Like, is it Duran? 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 I don't know. That's all I'm really stressed about. Duran. Okay. So, some kind of basic logistical stuff. So your textbook would be your main resource for now. These are the main chapters that we will focus on. Chapters 8, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, people, if you need me to make like pretty canvas slides, you must tell me. But honestly, like there's so much of it going around that it does my head in now. Like it's become so funky and so colorful and so many images, I actually cannot focus. But if you need me to do prettier slides, I will. Okay. Um, Actually, just this is like a shared set of slides that we are all using for this first week. So sorry, I was saying, so the chapters, all other resources will be on Arc. So I'll start uploading stuff and poploading stuff this evening. Um, Thanks, man, for putting it in the chat. Love it. I am sharing. Is nobody seeing my screen? What did nobody say? Am I not sharing? Is it not sharing? Guys, I mean, I don't like saying guys. I mean, people. Is it not sharing? Can someone please? Hi, genade. Okay, let me stop and then reshare. I'm just waiting to see if it's only you, Norma. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you also can't see the screen. Okay, give me a second. Stop. Share. Share. Hey, people, we have to be a bit more vocal, eh? You'll have to shout at me. Can you see now? That's a thumbs up you can see now. Yes. Do oh, do not say hands up now. Now, oh, now you're all saying it. Why did you not say it? So must I go back to the planner? I was like sharing this whole planner thing and going, oh, okay. So this is what I was showing you earlier on, is what I will also post on Arc, which is the planner for this module. So it breaks down every week. I'm not going to say it all again. That's crazy. So what I was suggesting is that this week, I, yeah, um, I'm gonna post another session for next week. If you are available, I did check your timetable. You have an open slot. Please join. Not compulsory. I'd like you there. I will record it. I will announce it. And then, like I said, I will share this document with you. And in this document, there will be a link here. However, this link that we're using now will be like the recurring link that we'll use moving forward. Okay. And if you follow this, it'll break down all the sessions for you, what is happening. So some weeks there'll be recordings. If and when I update this, I will let you know that I've added a recording onto this. Please use that, etc. But also that said, please know that this we're getting marks for attendance. Yes, you must be in every class or you fail. You know, I'm gonna laugh. Nobody gonna laugh. I'm gonna keep that as a joke. Yeah, you didn't know. How does one ever answer that question? No, it's the easiest way. Okay. So there will be kind of recordings put down for all of these themes as we go through. You see the due date for the tasks will also be on here. What else is there to explain? Okay. Sessions, yeah. So I will post this, as I said, I'll post the slides also, and obviously the recording will go up also. As I was saying, so the textbook, ARC will have additional resources, and then all 4 tasks will appear on ARC under the tasks tab. See, that's what I mean. Like, I don't like to jump straight into task. I think that's crazy. Like, just like, let's just say hi first. Let's just meet each other. So all of that I will explain next week. I'll go through the task. I'll show you where they are, etc. This is just an overview of the module, where we're going, what we're going to cover. As I said, this is the focus of the first session. This really philosophies conceptualizing will really inform the second assessment, which is way down the line, so you have time for that. So yeah, that's where we're at. So such a weird question. Maybe you want to use your chat, or maybe you want to speak up. Guess the question. So yeah, I guess the question is, what are we doing here? Like, what is it about ethics? Why do we need to be ethical? How do you build an argument for being ethical? So some of the questions. So how do you? And I'm asking you this. You can use the chat. How do you decide what is right and wrong? Is it a feeling? Is it what your parents taught you, or what you experienced at school? Is it because you're religious and that is your moral compass? Is it something that is just inside of you, like the wind? How do I decide what is right and what is wrong? And similarly, like what kind of person you should be. Any thoughts? Dum, 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 dum. Yes, please, Kristen.
So I've been thinking about it, and it's a hard question to answer, but I think it's the thing that you try to do without hurting others or yourself. That's the least hurtful thing you can do to the people around you and yourself.
Oh, oh, wow. Okay. Anyone else? Sorry, I don't sound like I'm judging anyone's opinion. The least hurtful thing. Is that what's right? What if the right thing is the hurtful thing? Well, I love when people use cultural values. That's also a tough one. So, like, what if the right thing, or what if, like, so we said the least hurtful thing, but what if, I mean, what is that? So, if there's so many like scenarios, and I'm happy for you to ask some of your own. So, if your child committed a crime, would you hide them in the basement, or let them go to jail? What is the least hurtful thing? What is the right thing to do? Yes.
I would say I want to believe that I would do the right thing, but having my child, like before I have my child, I would say, yes, 100%. They would have to pay for what they did. But now I think I'd hide my child, which is not the least hurtful thing for someone.
That's exactly it. That's how I feel. I mean, I've got 3 of them, and I would lie, I would die for them to, you know.
Exactly.
So, but before I had them, I would be super righteous, and like, especially as a school teacher, I never had children when I was a teacher, so I could always be super righteous as a teacher. But I've had children now subsequently, and if I had to go back to school now, oh, what I would allow in my class. Um, the things I would look away from. So, and also, I mean, I can go further and say, if your child stole a sweet, they must get reprimanded. Maybe yes, but if your child killed somebody, what are you gonna do? I mean, I know it's quite extreme. You know,
Exactly.
what do you do? No, 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 don't put your hand down. Was that Nonkosi or was that Asveni? Asveni. Come back, come back. Put your hand back up. People, this is all we're gonna do for a while, eh? We're just gonna talk about this because the theory is for you to go and decipher. Um, yes, please just go for it, Nkosi.
Yes. For me, if my child kills a person, I will do what is right and hand them over to the police, because we need to teach them that if their actions has consequences, everything that they do, there are going to be results, and the results for killing a person is going to jail.
Mm. I'm with you. I'm being extreme, but and if they stole something, oh yeah, that's an easy one. They stole something.
So let's say again.
No, 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 that was too easy. I said if they stole something small, but that's too easy because I can hear that you're coming from a very moral place. Um, let's think of a more difficult one. If they hurt someone else's child, but they were defending their brother or sister.
If they had someone, if they were, but they were doing the right thing.
What's the right thing? To fight.
They were defending the little ones.
But like what is right? How do you decide what is right? You just sent them to prison now. You just sent them to prison.
No, I would reprimand them for maybe hitting someone's child. Like I'll teach them that you can also resolve issues by not violence. There are other ways to resolve issues. Not all the time you have to apply violence. You can't just hit a person's child because they are hitting your sister. You see.
Okay. I hear you. Let's after you giving me a very quickly, and please don't be those people that just sit there and be boring and not say anything. It's not fun if you don't also say anything. You don't have to talk. I'll give you an easy out in the chat box. So just name someone's already answered that. Hasveni's already answered, so you've got a pass for this question. What is the one thing that is like that decides for you what is right or wrong? Is it religion? Is it your upbringing? I'm just giving you options. You can make up your own. Your personal beliefs. Like what is it? How do you know what's right or wrong? Is it the law? Like my father was always by the law. It's so weird. I'd be like, but can't you just no. Like can't I just sit in front of the car or something, whatever? No, it's illegal. I'm like, yeah, but so what is your one thing? Come on, entertain us. What is your moral compass that says what is right and what is wrong? Norma, I see you with morals, but what influence your morals? Is it church? Is it I'm saying all religions are not church, that assumes something. So is it religion? Is it your past experience? Is it your upbringing? Maybe you were raised with your grandmother and not your parents are different, like you have that other kind of model. Like what is it that informed your moral upbringing?
I'm gonna say church mostly. That's where you get
Church?
your right and wrong.
Okay.
And
See that
probably
now.
upbringing. If my mom says it's right, I'll probably say it's also right. If she says it's wrong, I'll probably say it's also wrong.
Oh
I
yeah.
think so.
Even as an
Probably.
adult,
Yeah, you would want to think they don't influence your decisions even as an adult, but somehow they do.
it's hard, nah?
Silently in
Okay.
your head.
It's hard that they're still there in your
Yeah.
head.
Hmm.
Yo, I can see myself and I'm shouting at these children. And I feel like I sound like them, but I can't stop. It's the I sound just like them. Um, but I want to go back quickly. You said religion, and then this is just I'm just looking for nonsense. This is not my view. So we lots of us and my family is the same. My background is the same. Very kind of religious. But then when those other people do wrong in the churches, like the those Catholic people that are always in trouble. Like what does one do about that? Does one excuse those? Or they are also wrong, flat out? I'm gonna say Duran again, because I don't know if I got it right. Law, religion, as well as cultural values, personal beliefs, and law. Okay, cool. But now, where do we tie it all together? Where does the merger come in? So, chill. I mean, a popular one, a very easy one is like, um, I must probably now first, before I say this, I must first foreground it with like lots of my PhD and my research work is on like representations of race and gender and class. So when I use words like black people or white people, don't get all defensive. Okay. This is like it comes from that place where this is like lots of the work that I do. So it's never like racist. Even I'm colored, so I mean I'm legit black and white mixed half and half, like at the source. So there's very little racism here. Um, so like it always gets me like that issue of like black hair at school, like how black hair must fit like a white mold, must be short over the ears, whatever the case is. So when you got that kind of a like, because legally the schools can define the law of what the uniform must be. The schools can determine haircut as a policy. Hair must be short. Hair for girls must be tied up in one pony, never over their eyes, wada 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 wada. But then you're from a black body and you're going into that school. I mean, you can't even tie your hair up in a pony. And I'm being facetious on purpose. Don't get defensive. Um, and what if, like, culturally, so you might have Christianity as a religion, which is more commonly accepted. It's like a cleaner religion. But if you have Rastafarian religion as your parents' religion, and their dreadlocks are legit, not just wearing it for fashion, legit. Um, so now I'm going back to like to Duran's comment. You see, I'm gonna keep messing up your name until I hear you tell me how to say it. I feel like I'm butchering it now. Um, because you said it's a combination of many factors. So what, like, which factor do we hold on to make an argument? The law, culture, the religion? Say them all, and if you say them all, then which of those are correct? Culture says I should have long dreadlocks because that is my culture. The law says that the school determines what kind of haircut I should have. The school can determine that, and I choose to go to the school. However, my choices are limited because I live in this area and that is the school in my area, or that is the good school in my area, and I want to go to the good school. Um, so, and I know this is like in the courts and it goes back and forth, but I'm asking about you, not the courts. So, how do you build your argument towards that? Like, what is your argument? And as you can see, I'm trying to work towards the argumentative essay thing. So, I'm working down this question. So, what is the belief? Where does it come from? And I'm here now, and can I defend my belief? So if I believe in my hair, for example, as a very easy example, or we can be more dramatic. I mean, I love me some gender issues. So why don't girls wear pants? Why can't boys wear skirts? Um, that is, I mean, that's not a cultural belief. That's not a religious belief that you can. I mean, that is more like a issue of gender, which is very new to the world. I see some of you. I can feel some of you rolling your eyes, like, hey, boys can't wear skirts. I can see it, and you're on. I can see it. And just because it would be weird, no? Yeah, I knew some of you are rolling your eyes like, I'm progressive, but not that progressive. Girls can wear pants, fine, but boys in skirts, no ways. Why not? Um, oh, I'm just reading. So now I feel horrible, like I keep wanting to call you the wind because I love it so much. But now, and now what you're saying, you're like, oh, here comes the wind. You think us all blowing us all over. Nothing can be truly right or wrong. It depends on the situation and what is best for the person and the whole picture as a whole. That is beautiful, and I love it, and I agree with you in my heart. But in the classroom, are you saying nothing can be truly, let's use your definition there, that nothing can be truly right or wrong in the classroom? Um, hmm. Well, there's just so many scenarios that are playing out in my head about being in class and in school with kids. I had to think of a few. Um, let me give you an easy one first. I had a kid who just could not sit still, and I keep fighting with him, shouting at him. He kept wanting to go to the bin to throw something away. I just could not. He wasn't naughty per se. I mean, he was a grade 8 or grade 9, so they're always a little bit naughty at that age. back and forth and up and down and shouting matches and get outside the class. I'm gonna phone your mother and whoa. And I don't know how it came about it, but just realized that he just needs to keep moving all the time. But in terms of this argument over here, like what is ethically right, was it right for me to shout at him? Yeah, I guess in that I didn't know enough, so I did shout at him quite a bit. Um, why did I believe he was disruptive? Because of my own upbringing in the classroom, in the school. I thought you must sit down, you must behave. Um, I knew about learning styles, but I didn't really internalize it yet as a teacher. Like I hadn't experienced the need, such an expressed need for a different learning style. So this kid had to move. And so like the eventually, and I'm thinking of your quote here, so now of what is right or wrong. It's not always eventually, I don't know what happened, but if it was me or what, and I said, like, how about we put you in the back of the class? Not as a punishment. And I kind of whispered it on the side to him. And then whenever you want to get up, you can just get up and move, but don't disrupt the whole class. So get up, walk at the back of the class, do a few paces, but come back to your desk or stand if you need to for a little bit. Um, so if I look at this question of what is right, what is wrong, who was right or wrong in that situation? Was it me because I didn't understand, etc. So that's one. And I'm thinking of another one of like two girls fighting over a boyfriend, which disrupted my whole class for like 3 months. Um, and this what is right, what is wrong. Okay, cool. So what I'm trying to, and lots of this module is supposed to be like this, not about the theory that I'm going to give you. So the idea is like essentially how do you yeah, it's not it's lovely. Sorry, I'm reading Durans again now about based on the context and situation or setting. Where's Duran keep Duran, I was just talking about you and you came and you went, so I'm just reading your comment. Um that it's lovely to say based on the context and setting. I get that. I love that. It is true. We all often use that like as a way out. Like, yeah, it depends on the context. It depends on the but how do you also say context aside? Like how do you build a strong argument and not use context? Okay, so what the theory says, and this is in your textbook over here, the reference is there. Um, So the truth of the premise, and we'll get into that now, or the content, and whether the conclusion follows the premise. So this thing that you are saying, like does the conclusion follow that? So the claims you are making or the proposition, sorry, the claims or propositions you are making are based on statements. What we're discussing now, like my child, I'll look after them, I won't look after them. Um, so this can be true or it can be false, either one. It's really lovely to have them and to make these bold statements and claims, but they can be, I mean, there's so many political examples to make. I've got like a few down. Yeah, sorry. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? The ones from the education minister. Sorry, I had a few here from the minister of education. Goodness. What I had. Oh, um, so example of arguments. The minister of education states that public schools have improved. Women have always cooked for their families and should continue to do so. You should study instead of wasting your life playing music. So if I give you just maybe those three as a taster of arguments that are made. Um, so are those propositions, those statements true or false? Maybe they were once upon a time. Maybe they're often thrown around as arguments. Okay, and then that is it a provable fact? So if we go back to some of them, so is it a provable fact about women? So is this a provable fact? Maybe. Provable fact. You're gonna hate me, the women in the group. If I say maybe, you'll hate me saying it, but is it provable? Is it kind of true? That was always the case. Whether it's right or wrong, different story. Is it a provable fact? Yes. Hmm. Provable fact, not so much. Is it? Okay. Um, I feel like I'm trying to just give you like an introduction. I don't want to go into too much more like today. So the entire first essay, first task, these first few learning units are really around you unpacking some of the theory around this, around how to make an argument. Like I said, I'll run through these 39, 29 odd slides, and just to give you some more context, with some more, with the readings, etc. And I'll do that for next week. And then we are supposed to meet again the following week. I'm just watching the time, and I think I've got 2 minutes left. So just in terms of way forward, I'll put some of this down in some form of recording. I'll send out some stuff in the announcements. I will update ARC with all the content. And then are there any questions from you? I really do want you to come back, so you must tell me if there's more that you need. But the idea is that we will have kind of more engagement and discussions around scenarios, and that hopefully will inform your assessments so that you do well in this module. Okay, people, I have 1 minute left with you. Are there any questions from your side? Anything that I've not covered? Anything you'd like to know about going forward? Do you feel like this all feels quite loosey-goosey and you don't know what happened here tonight? It is quite a loosey-goosey module. I love it. Yeah. Lauren, you already leaving? Anybody? You just say if you are fine or not fine or confused. Give me an emoji before we say goodbye. Like, where are you at? The thumbs up is, I meant like in the chat, like where you can be a bit more expressive about your emojis. You can put an up, down, you can put an angry face. You can't put an angry face in the other one. Okay, you okay for now? I know it's first week. There's a lot coming at you. And my idea was just to kind of have a meet and greet and to settle in. It wasn't to get into any heavy theory tonight. Okay, just checking your chat and then we'll say goodbye. Kirsten. An upside, what does that upside down face mean? That feels like underwhelmed. That feels underwhelmed. Kristen,
No,
I'm
it's
really like, I
it's
know.
not underwhelmed. I very much enjoy you. I had you last year. I'm not underwhelmed by anything.
Okay.
Last term, but I am feeling like I really need to do a lot of introspection of where my ethics come from. I thought I was a good person, but clearly have to do a lot of introspection here.
Hey man, look, I guess if the barometer is that you're not Donald Trump, then you're fine, you know. No, I think that's the idea. That's the idea of the module, is to kind of for people to unpack their idea of ethics, you know, before they go into like school settings. I don't think there's any right answer, but just is it grounded in something? Can you make an argument to defend? And you can, you know. I was fine before I was a mother, and then I became a mother, and it all changed. Same year. Thank you, Noma. Thank you, Asveni. I will share slides. Let me go through them first next week, so I don't just post like raw slides without any context. I mean, I don't understand how anyone can read slides like that. So let me do that, please. Please, yeah. Check your mic, man, so I can just fix your name. You can just come on next week and just say your name and you can log off again and say nothing. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you, Sonal. Okay. Thank you all. Good to meet you all. And let's keep talking. I'll put some more stuff on ARC. Okay. Drop me an email if anything major. If I don't respond soon, email me again. Okay. Thank you all. Okay. Keep well.